Alright, Sayf Carmen. Right here in this video, I'm laughing because I think this is a little funny. I see some humor in the comment that I'm addressing and in the material of this video. I got a comment. It was given in jest. It was made in jest. And essentially it was asked that with all the defensive techniques that I show on my videos, at one time when I was working on defense with my assistant, I was essentially down like this. All right, something like to the side of my assistant, looking similar to this. Anyway, it wasn't the picturesque type of maneuvers that I generally demonstrate in my videos. And I was asked essentially if I was worried about getting hit with a knee. And if I thought people could use that or should do that, if I would recommend that they did that in the street or in the cage. And I essentially told them that I have done that myself in my younger days in street situations. I have done that, and I have actually blocked knees. I have stopped a few knees from coming up at me when I went down that position. Essentially, hopefully you can see it. Essentially, I had to go down. But when I saw the knee coming, because my eyes are open, I would palm it. Obviously, I would be a little lower, but I'm trying to make sure I'm in the camera. I would catch it with my forearm, actually, or my palm, and jam it as I went down in this posture. All right? But I want to say something, okay? Excuse me for a moment. I want to get these gloves here so I can illustrate best what I'm trying to say here, okay? People, defense is not an exact science, all right? It is not an exact science. Offense is, okay? Offense, you can throw that perfect jab in the right hand and the hook and the uppercut. You can slip, you can weave, you can duck. You can probably get basically picturesque textbook punches off in the heat of battle, okay? Defense is not the same type of situation. See, defense is more a goal. It is more a goal, an objective. The objective is to avoid that which is sent after you or sent towards you to do maximum bodily damage. Okay? It is not an exact science. It is a goal. Some trainers might get mad. It happens. But no matter what you're taught, people, in boxing, karate, MMA, whatever it is, all right, it is a foundation. It is a means to build on. That's what it is, all right? It is a means to build on. There are times that if punches are coming at you, in the cage, in the street, in the ring, in the dojo, wherever, there are times where you might pick off that first shot, and you might pick off the other shot. You might weave, you might slip one, and weave and slip another one, and have to go here. You may have to do this, all right, to get past or to avoid another shot, all right? Defense is an objective to avoid bodily damage, to avoid those things sent your way to render you unconscious. That is what defense is about, all right? In the heat of battle, as I said, you can throw picturesque punches in the heat of battle. And with enough practice, you can be firing your shots, and you can be in a punching frenzy, and it can be wow, wow, wow. Hey, you can look good. You can look world class. Defense, not so. All right? Trust me. You want me to illustrate? I thought you never asked. Let's take the example of 1 grain of rice. If I had 1 grain of rice and I told you I'm going to throw it at you, and as it's flying through the air towards you, it's going to turn into fire, and you have 2 flame-resistant gloves. Now, if I throw that 1 grain of rice at you, you may palm it this way, you may go behind your back, you may go under your leg, you may do something like this. You can get as fancy as you want trying to catch that 1 grain of rice that has turned into fire on its way to you. You can get as fancy as you want. Why? Because it's 1 grain of rice. Now contrast that with me throwing a handful of rice at you, and the same thing happens. they all turn into fire as they're on their way to your cranium. And you have 2 hands with 2 flame-resistant gloves on, and you have to catch them all or burn. Or those little grains of rice are going to burn your flesh. Then I guarantee you what you do will not be like this. It will not be like that. You will not go behind your back, and you will not go under your leg, okay? But you will be defending yourself not according to any rule book. You will be defending yourself according to an objective. And that objective, people, is to avoid getting burned. All right? So hopefully I've made myself clear. Defense is an objective. All right? You are trying to avoid maximum bodily damage. That's what you're trying to do. You can get as picturesque as you want when 2 shots or 3 shots or maybe 4 shots. You may be that good. All right? There was a time when I was good enough to ward off 5 of 5 shots. I don't know if I could do it now, but there was a time when I could do that. But when 7 shots were thrown at me, trust me, it was not pretty. But most of the time, I avoid that 7th shot. Okay? Defense is an objective. Also, and lastly, if you don't believe it's an objective more than an exact science, then look at 2 of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Okay? Not the 2 greatest, but 2 of the greatest. James Toney, that's right, you know I'm a fan of his, always will be, and Pernell Whitaker. Watch a film of them, watch them on YouTube if you like, and tell me if in the heat of battle, if they're trying to be exact with their defense, or to them, do they defend like it's an objective to get out of the way of those punches sailing towards their cranium. Okay? That's what it's about. If I tick some people off, if I took some money out of some people's pocket, sorry about that. All right? I'm here for the people who want the truth, and I'm going to provide it as long as I can. All right? It is not an exact science. That might be offense. Defense is more of an objective. All right? All right. Fight Camp. Sayf Carmen. Train hard, train smart. I'll see you in the next video.